back to the channel. We're just about to start walk 7. Now this is Rowley Farm, down to the end of the flight of locks of Combe Hay. I'm absolutely shattered. But yeah, so this is Rowley Farm, and this is the start of walk 7. So let's go. Okay, so we're just heading down now to Engine Wood. We can't go through all the locks because it's all private land, it's a private driveway. So the Coal Canal Way takes you kind of around the top, and we join it at what they call, I think it was a bull's nose. So yeah, up here was a pumping engine, and that's why it's called Engine Woods. Okay, right, this is a bit later on a different day. I realised when I filmed I took a wrong turn in. I'll show you in a minute, but I've come back to film it because I missed loads out by taking a wrong turn in. But I'll show you where we are now. So we're just walking up to this gate here. We've got to go right down here. Hello. Make you famous. Right, so we go down here. Now the mistake I made, I took the easy route. There's our sign there, which I missed that one. Now I went straight down there. Now that does bring you out at Bull's Nose. I think it's lock 11. But we need to go right down there. So once you get to this point, follow this fence line down here. And just a quick one. Now Rowley Farm, I said that there was a wharf behind Rowley Farm. If you remember, we looked at the Lock 1, there was a canal that went off to the left towards behind Rowley Farm. Now that was used as a wharf behind Rowley Farm, but it was used to transport coal eventually to a pumping engine in Engine Wood, which we're going to get to. I think I found it. So that was used, it was called the Upper Reach. Now before that, when the caisson lock wasn't used, well, they couldn't get it to work properly, they put an inclined plane in from a lower reach to that upper reach. So they would, I'm gonna have to look into this and probably put a little bit of video in, but they transported the, I don't know if it was the actual narrow boats up like an incline up to the upper reach and then on towards Poulton, or vice versa. From Poulton they'd go down and then on towards Dundas Viaduct. Now this was the reason this was put in was because this was when they were building the lock flight. Obviously that doesn't happen overnight, so they had to have some way of transporting the coal a little way to get it back on towards its destination. So we've just come from up there and now here we are coming down to here. Now we're going to bear off to our left on this muddy path. It's not too bad actually. Now this here, this is, I don't know if you can see it through that bush, that is the Upper Reach, and it goes off down there. Now this was used to transport coal to the pumping station, or the pumping engine. Basically the Somersetshire Coal Canal did suffer from a lack of water. It obviously had a pumping station that we saw at, or pumping engine at, I can't remember where it was now, just before, oh, where was it? Near Peace House St John. I'll put the thing in the video, I can't remember. And it had one here. Now the pumping station here pumped water from the Cam Brook Lee, or the Cam Brook, just down, we'll see that in a bit, near Lock 11, and then pumped it up to the pound of Lock 1. So that would obviously supply water for the whole of the lock flight. Now the canal is just down there. This is all, I think this is private land. I don't want to get into trouble. I would go down there and film, but obviously I'm trying to stick to the rules of the Somersetshire Coal Canal. But that is the canal down there. You can just see one of the locks straight ahead, but we'll see more of them in a minute. So let's continue the journey. Bit muddy. So we're now following the upper reach towards the engine pump. I'll give you some details on that engine now. Okay, so that's the upper reach still. Right, let's walk down to this pump engine. The lock flight needed a water supply, so a Bolton & Watt beam engine was installed to raise water to the upper reach, constantly replenishing the top level of the canal above Lock 1. The water came from the Cam Brook Leat, with the cut-off section of the lower reach acting as a silt settlement pond. From there, it was conveyed by a tunnel dug deep underground to the bottom of the pumping engine well. When the canal closed, a railway was built along the valley, cutting into the towpath below locks 2 and 3, and crossing the lock flight at lock 16, which we'll see shortly, which has now been lost underneath the embankment. Now that's from the guidebook I'm using. It's really good. You can purchase it from the Somersetshire Coal Canal Society. I think they're £4, and it's worth it. You know, the money goes to the society. They can maintain what's left, or even put the money towards if they are going to try and restore the whole length of it. I wish they could. I hope they could, but I don't know. So we're still following the upper reach. Now when we get to here, I reckon this is where, nearly fell over then, this is where the pumping engine was. Now as you can see there, this is where the end of the upper reach is. Now if we look here, would that have been used to put the water in? So that would have been where the water was pumped into the upper reach. This has all been cleared out. Well, this takes me back to walking the Somerset coalfields and finding stuff. Yeah, this would have been where the water came from the pumping engine and then went off into the upper reach to replenish the lock flight. Now if I had have looked closely, I'd have took the wrong turn and we've never seen any of this. So make sure you stick to that right hand fence and you'll end up down here. So this is the site of the engine pump. Now this area is engine wood. Yeah, look at this. That would have been your furnace, the chimney would have been there. It is very reminiscent of the Somerset coalfields. This has probably obviously been excavated. Get the words out. Yeah, so the beam engine would have been in here, I think. I'm not sure. It's definitely where it was. There'd have been something here, so it must have pumped the water up from down there. So that is the canal. I don't know if you see that water's right down there. That is the canal. That's the Bull Nose. Right, so this is, I'm pretty much 99% sure, engine wood site of the pumping engine. So yeah, cool find. It's obviously been cleared, which is, and I like, actually I must admit, walking in the winter is so much better because all the undergrowth is died back, and you can, like, the trees ain't got no leaves on. You can see more. So let's go and have a look at the rest of the lock system, the bit that we can get to. Right, let's go down this hill. So we've just come from there. That's where the pumping engine was. Okay, I think this is lock 10. Actually in water. That's the pound leading into lock 10. Let's carry on. I think this is the area they call Bull's Nose. Got to keep an eye on the floor at the moment as I'm going roly-poly down the hill. Yeah, be careful there, it's not great. Right, so let's stand down here a minute. So that's what we just saw, that's lock 10. So that's looking, so the canal come from that direction, has come from Combe Hay tunnel. It comes round here, and then that over there is lock 11, which we'll have a look at now. It's all been sealed off, private land. That does, oh, this does annoy me. So you can't get close to anything. There's a lock. It's amazing how narrow they are. I think the volunteers group do a lot of work down here clearing all the, you know, bracken away. Oh, this is coming to the end of walk 7. That is a short one. And it's probably got the most interesting bits. The locks. That's obviously a pound. Lock pound. Oh, we can get close to this one. Shame they ain't got the lock numbers on. This would have been where the lock gate sat. pound. Oh, nice. Now, this is the end of walk 7. It's a very short one, but it's got a lot of interesting stuff. So just make sure you go the right way, else you'll miss the pumping engine. So yeah, this was the pound for lock 16. Now lock 16 was just down here. Now obviously filled in. They've done that when they built the railway. So that is the Camerton to Limpley Stoke Railway. Okay, so that's the end of walk 7. The next one is Walk 8, and I think that's from here, Bridge Farm, through to Midford. There's a few locks on that section, the last of the Combe Hay flight. So yeah, thanks for watching. Obviously like and subscribe. Thanks for all the support, thanks for all the comments. Leave a comment, or leave any comments. All the comments are, you know, I love all the comments, even if there's bad ones. I'm learning, you know, I just do this to get out and about, have a walk round, but I'm always up for, you know, constructive criticism. It helps me as well. So yeah, so this is leaving Lock 15. Take care, stay safe, and tatty byes for now.